Eagles fan, if there is one absolute truth in the NFL, it is that Howie Roseman never sleeps. While most general managers are satisfied with their rosters at this stage of the season, focusing only on Sunday's game, our architect continues to operate in the shadow, adjusting the gears, moving pieces that seem insignificant now, but could be the difference between a Super Bowl ring and an early elimination in January. Today, we are going to talk about a move that happened on Thursday and went unnoticed by the national media, but says a lot about how the Eagles operate. The team brought back a 26-year-old defensive end to the practice squad for the third time this season. At first glance, it seems like just a footnote, but when you analyze the pattern, the insistence, and the athlete's profile, you realize there is a clear strategy behind it. Why bring the same guy back 3 times? What are Vic Fangio and Howie Roseman seeing that we are not? That is what we are going to unravel now. The official information confirmed by Sports Illustrated and the team's official channels is that the Philadelphia Eagles re-signed defensive end Titus Leo to the practice squad. For those not following the carousel of daily transactions, it might seem like a new name, but Titus Leo is already an old acquaintance in the hallways of the NovaCare complex. This is incredibly his 3rd stint on our practice squad in this 2025 season alone. It is a constant back and forth. He signs, practices, gets waived. The team needs the spot, he leaves, and weeks later, he is back. This Thursday move proves one thing: the Eagles do not want to lose contact with this player. They want him close. But who is this player who has generated so much curiosity in the front office? Titus Leo is not just any kid who parachuted into the league. We are talking about an athlete who is 6'3" and has the ideal physical build for the modern pass rusher position. He is 26 years old, which means he is entering his physical prime. He was originally selected in the 6th round of the 2023 draft by the Indianapolis Colts. In other words, he had draft pedigree league scouts saw talent in him to spend a pick. Although he didn't play for the Colts, his journey in the NFL already has interesting chapters that show he belongs at this level. Unlike many practice squad players who have never stepped on the grass on game day, Titus Leo has real experience. Last season, in 2024, he wore the New England Patriots jersey and took the field in 4 official games. And he wasn't just a spectator. In the official records, he tallied 4 tackles, including 1 for a loss, the famous TFL, and a pass defended. For a rotation player coming from the bottom of the roster, getting a tackle for loss and deflecting a pass in just 4 games shows he has instinct. He has a motor. He knows where the ball is. This prior experience in the complex Patriots defense, known for demanding intelligence from players, is a valuable asset. The news article describes Titus Leo's year of 2025 as a wild year, and that is not an exaggeration. Let's trace the timeline for you to understand this guy's resilience. In April, he was claimed off waivers by the Titans. He stayed there all off-season learning the system until being cut in August at the end of the preseason. From there, he went to the Cleveland Browns, one of the strongest defenses in the league, but his stay was short. He was waived weeks later. That was when the courtship with Philadelphia began. He signed with us for the first time on October 15th, was waived at the end of the month, came back in November, was waived again, and now, in December, here he is back again. Here enters the strategic analysis. Why does a team bring the same player back 3 times in a 2-month span? The answer is simple: familiarity and specific potential. Vic Fangio, our defensive coordinator, is a demanding coach in a good way. His system requires precision. If the Eagles keep bringing Leo back, it is because he understands the system. He probably impressed in practice. He knows where to align. He knows the calls. In December, you don't have time to teach the basics to a rookie. You need someone who can step into the scout team today and mimic Joey Bosa or Khalil Mack for our offense to practice against. Titus Leo apparently is that trusted guy. The article mentions that the Eagles' practice squad has been a revolving door all season. And that is true, but it is a calculated truth. Howie Roseman uses the last spots on the roster as a laboratory. He brings players in, evaluates them for a week. If he doesn't like them, he swaps them. If he likes them, he keeps them on the radar. The fact that Leo has survived 3 hiring cycles shows he is at the top of the emergency list. He is first in line. If one of our starters, Josh Sweat, Bryce, Huff, Brandon Graham, or Nolan Smith, has the flu, sprains an ankle, or needs rest, Titus Leo is the man who will be elevated for Sunday's game. Fan, never underestimate a December signing. This is where championships are decided. The cliché says offenses win games, defenses win champions, but the hidden truth is that roster depth saves season. We are in a brutal final stretch. The athletes' bodies are worn down. Injuries start to appear. Having a fresh 26-year-old defensive end hungry for the ball, who already knows the scheme, is an invaluable insurance policy. Roseman knows he cannot get to the playoffs, depending on players he just met on the street. He needs soldiers who already know the team culture. The news text ends with a phrase that should be tattooed on the forehead of every Eagles fan: you can never have too many pass rush. This is the central philosophy of the franchise since the Andy Reid days and continues with Nick Sirianni. Pressure on the quarterback is the soul of this team. Even if Titus Leo is at best a depth option, he plays the most premium position in football. If he can get on the field for 5 snaps to give Jalen Carter or Josh Sweat a breather, and in those 5 snaps he gets a pressure or forces a bad pass, he has already earned his entire season's salary. It is also worth looking at the human side. Imagine this athlete's mindset: being cut 3 times, moving cities, Indianapolis, New England, Tennessee, Cleveland, Philly, living out of a suitcase. This requires absurd mental strength. Players with this profile who are fighting for survival in the league usually play with a different intensity. They have no guarantees. Every practice is their Super Bowl. Having this hungry energy in practice elevates everyone's level. When the millionaire starter sees the practice squad, guy killing himself on every play, he is forced to practice harder too. Titus Leo brings this internal competition to the NovaCare complex. With Leo's return, the Eagles fill a vital gap in weekly practice. But is there a real chance of seeing him on the field? Yes. The practice squad elevation rules are flexible. The team can elevate him for game day up to 3 times without needing to sign him permanently. This gives Vic Fangio a tactical weapon. If we are facing a team that runs the ball a lot, and we need big bodies on the line, Leo can be activated. If we need help on special teams kick coverage, he can be activated. He is a defensive Swiss Army knife, kept in the coach's pocket, ready to be used. The Eagles' history is full of players who came from anonymity to glory. Remember Boston Scott. Remember Greg Ward. Players who lived on the practice squad were cut multiple times, and when the opportunity arose, became local legends. I am not saying Titus Leo will become an absolute starter tomorrow, but ruling out the possibility of him making an important play in the playoff would be ignoring the recent history of this team. Howie Roseman has a clinical eye for diamonds in the rough. If he insists on Leo, it is because he sees some elite trait, whether it is the get-off physical strength or tactical discipline. This move also sends a message to the league: the Eagles are monitoring everything. While other teams are tanking, losing on purpose, or already thinking about vacation, Philadelphia is optimizing the 53rd man on the roster, the 60th man on the roster. This attention to detail is what separates winning franchises from losing one. Roseman leaves no stone unturned. He brought Leo back because he didn't want another team to pick him up to gather information about our offense or defense. It is a game of espionage and asset protection. So what do we have here? It is not a bombshell trade for a $40 million superstar. It is not a name that will sell jerseys at the stadium store today. But it is the type of ant labor move that builds the foundation of a champion. Titus Leo is back. He is big. He is young. He has NFL game experience. And he knows our system. He is the definition of quality depth. And in a league where availability is the best ability, having Titus Leo ready for war is a luxury the Eagles insist on keeping. Fan, I know you want news about big signing, but learning to value these chess moves by Howie Roseman is what makes you an Eagles expert. Titus Leo, returning for the 3rd time, is not an accident, it is a plan. Now I want to know from you, do you trust Howie Roseman's ability to find talent at the bottom of the well? Do you think our pass rush depth is enough to face teams like the Lions or Chiefs in the playoffs? Or will we need to see Titus Leo on the field at some point? Leave your opinion here in the comment. If you like understanding the backstage and not just the obvious, leave a like on this video and subscribe. Here, we analyze every comma of the contract, every roster move. Let's go together, because the season is reaching the moment of truth. Fly, Eagles, fly.